Welcome everybody. NICO, Scarlet Moon here with your Pathwatchers report on the incoming wave that will be here to stay for all individuals, collectives, and experiences. This week's wave, personified by the Death card and the Devil, illustrates the elimination of entrapment. While these cards may appear frightening, it is not so. Remember not to oversimplify or split into black and white dualistic thinking. You might even interpret this combination to represent the death of the demon, if that is more comforting. As March draws to a close, there is an enactment of a great release in the spirit of the displacement wave. The Devil, representing here as the binds of attachment, tethers to detrimental, detractive influences, is eliminated. Remember, death is an end we accept as a natural, understandable, and even necessary process, bringing neither surprise nor shock. Considering the elimination of soul contracts commencing, it's no surprise that the attachment mechanic is now terminated. This wave is easing acceptance of transitions that have been resisted either by the self or by others. This is a freedom combination. The means by which certain beings would attach, control, or bind themselves to another are no longer functioning in the way they once did. The support for that dynamic and mechanic is now obliterated on a multidimensional level. Control patterns, spiritual attachments, social and environmental scripts no longer attract or maintain in this new dynamic. They don't manifest anything anymore. There may be some emotional and psychological aftermath in the short term, but only for the short term. This energy is no sloth. Some may not be prepared for such an eventuality, even if it is starting a huge ripple into true soul empowerment. Remember, it is healing. It is more than a mass cord cutting between all things. It is an obliteration of the cord attachment mechanic. The power of creation, manifestation, and all spiritual work has always been quality over quantity. As this lands and keeps, it will become much more easy and available for all to step in to their own personal power. This is true freedom in the highest interest of all concerned. This is autonomy by release. Freedom to embody the highest expressions of self more than ever. Freedom to embody love and divinity in its pure form. And so it is. All right, Virgo, now that we've had a chance to look over the incoming wave that is going to be settling here this week, but it's here to stay, right? It's not going away after this week, and it's here for everybody, not just one person or one group. Let's see how it actually settles for you. And just a quick reminder for you guys, if you ever want to get a session with me, go to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. So what is going to happen is kind of interesting, though, because I was just looking over this, and I was like, for your archetypal themes of this week, we have the Wheel of Fortune upright. And so this week is going to feel like everything, every one of your goals, every one of your plans has a bit of an accelerant thrown into it. And I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, that is a big theme. Everything kind of takes off super duper fast, and it's almost moving much more quickly than you thought you would be able to keep up with. Do your best, because with the Wheel of Fortune upright, it's overwhelmingly positive, but all of a sudden it's kind of like we have the green light, but we have to go now. And I'm feeling like with the Wheel of Fortune, there are a lot of things coming to substantiate for you that are going to clarify a sense of direction as it relates to maybe, what you're doing for your job, the field that you're working in, creative projects, relationships, living situations. The Wheel of Fortune is bringing in not only a lot of options, but it's also organizing those options. And you're going to notice everything this week kind of being sort of a bing bang boom kind of feel. Whatever you put out there, if you throw something out there, A, B, and C and D steps all show up at once in the reply that you get. And so you're kind of getting a really good lead this week. Just be careful, because with the Wheel of Fortune upright, you do need to find a way to keep up with it, right? We don't put a little bit out there and then stash it away in a box or stash it away in the cupboard to come back and look at next month. This is not really the energy that you want to be taking slow steps with. Be careful, right? Don't be reckless. We're not talking about being reckless or throwing all your money away or putting all your eggs in one basket. I'm not encouraging that. Don't be naive. But what I would say is that there does need to be ample investment and exchange of ideas and energies with this Wheel of Fortune, right? We want to keep the ball rolling. We want to keep the iron hot, because it's only good to strike when it's hot. And you're going to notice a lot of stuff picking up, right? There's an accelerant here. Everything's getting a bit of jet fuel for you. As we get to news and arrivals, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. And I feel like there is something going on with either a friend or a relative, some kind of social connection where we really just need to let it go. The Seven of Wands reversed, maybe going back to that incoming wave, right? We're getting rid of the attachment mechanic, the cord mechanics, and all of that kind of stuff. Maybe there's something going on where this person is not handling that very well. It's a battle you don't need to fight. In fact, it's a battle that's a distraction. And this could be kind of like that person, right? When we think about when people start to know they're losing, or they know they've lost, or they know something's not happening, and they're kind of just acting out in futility. I want you to make sure that you don't allow yourself to get sucked into that maelstrom. Okay, because the Seven of Wands reversed is, a little goes a long way, but also it's a question of pick your battles, and this is a battle that we don't want to pick. Sometimes it has to do with maybe a person, they're freaking out a little bit, they're scared, they don't like a change that's being implemented, or maybe they've finally come out of their denial and they're realizing that they're losing, or that they're not going to get their way, or what have you. It doesn't really matter, though. The important thing is that the story is wrapping up. And with the Seven of Wands reversed, this person is not ready to end that story. Don't engage. Don't get back into the fray or into the fight, right? Because it's not something that you need to do. Pick your battles, because it could take up a lot of time, right? Because sometimes they just want that energy. They just want that attention. They feel like it's nourishing, or it's, or maybe it's therapeutic to engage in that way. Don't bother with that. So choose your battles this week. When things are getting cut off and you're getting set free, don't stay in the space you've been liberated from. As we get down to material and business concerns, well, we have the Two of Cups upright. And some really interesting unions going on for the Virgo people. I do feel as though some partnership opportunities are coming up, both financial and professional. And I'm not sure if this is, maybe in a more official capacity, or if this is something that has more of a grassroots energy that, with the Wheel of Fortune, starts to pick up a lot of speed really, really quickly. Remember, everything is snowballing this week for the best. And with the Two of Cups, I'm feeling as though a lot of you Virgo people are finding these alliances to not only be very profitable, but very creatively fulfilling as well, very professionally fulfilling as well. I'm actually wondering if there are a lot of collabs in it for you. And the interesting thing about this is I do get the feeling that a lot of you who are available, maybe who are trying to get into a relationship, there may actually be that chemistry with a potential connector or collaborator this week, okay? It's not super duper strong. It really depends on, again, the vibe you're carrying, the vibe they're carrying, what's the match here, right? Because we all got to be on the same frequency. But it does look like that is available for a lot of folks, so you never know. As we go on to love and relationships, well, we've got the Three of Wands in reverse. And this week, just make sure that you understand that everything is going fast. And with the Three of Wands reversed, I'm getting a warning of a mixed signal or waiting too long. And I don't mean to rush. Okay, I'm not saying we want to ride the wave. We don't push the wave, we don't get ahead of the wave, and we don't try to follow the wave. We ride the wave. And with the Three of Wands reversed, there's going to be a feeling of that in relationships this week, maybe as a couple, or once again, if you're available talking to somebody new. there's going to be a need to walk in step with each other, and there could be some stumbling going on because somebody might take too long to come up with the next idea, or they might leave the ball in another person's court for too long. It's not the end of the world if that's the case, but we have to see where the miscommunication is happening so we can work that out. It's okay to be transparent, right? It's okay to do that. In fact, the Three of Wands reversed, a lot of you may be finding that you and a partner are also getting a chance to take on a missed opportunity or catch something that you're almost missing, as an opportunity to do together, whether it's as a couple, as a family, or even just, something that is meant to change the direction of the course of our future, for our individual lives or as our lives as a couple. But we have to make sure that we're not taking it too slow in that sense, or taking too much time moment to moment or between moment to moment, because we don't want to have a phone call and talk about setting up a plan and getting the creative juices flowing, getting excitement going, and then having it cool off after 4 days and not be able to work with that mojo. Don't rush it, don't get forceful, pick your battles, but at the same time watch for signals, all right, because this is going to be a really interesting week. And for those of you who are available, watch for signals and invitations and social cues that will allow you to maybe see that a person is open to spending more time talking, and go from there. Again, don't get ahead of nobody, because it's easy to do on accident, so you be smart, but it'll be good. It'll be good. So that is what I've got for you, Virgo people. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it once again. And don't forget, if you want to get my session with me, go to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.